Welcome back to the Artisan Collective server. I'm TomB92 and today we're gonna fly. Now I say we're gonna fly, but well, we don't have much in the way of gunpowder, so we can't really do much in the sense of flying. So well, I guess I know what I'm gonna get up to today. We're gonna make an automatic rocket factory. In between episodes, I have been busy, as we can see when we drop down here, and I've started to piece together what will be our redstone area's storage area. And well, it's massive, isn't it? It's gonna keep us going for plenty enough time. All I need to do is go and set up the filters at the back. But let me just enter FreeCam and we can see what we have going on here. So this is going to be the central point for all of our farms. And yes, I mean all of our farms. So I want to send the stuff from the iron farm. I want to send stuff from everywhere that we're going to do in this area and send it up this spout, and it's going to go through this setup. Now we don't have any water in place because there's nothing yet coming in here, but what will happen is these honey blocks will just shift the items coming in just so they hover over the edge here. So they'll drop into these hoppers and they'll all be on the item sorters and it will all fit in hunky-dory. But the next thing that we need to do is clear some space off and behind me. Yeah, as if I haven't cleared enough space around this area. But we're going to get that creeper farm up and running. We need to get those rockets, and I need to go and get the rockets for the server members who are chasing me day after day. Tom, where's the rockets? Tom, where's the rockets? And that's because I have the ability to be selling rockets. So I mean, I better get to it before anyone tries to beat me to the market. So stood atop this hill is the area that I want to clear out all the way down towards the storage system way underneath. Now you can see we've got our moss, we've got our bone meal. Well, yeah, it says sub to TomB92, and I encourage you all to sub to me, TomB92. I have to get that shameless plug in because, well, I always forget it to the end of the episode. But what we're going to do is we're going to put some moss down here. We're going to bone meal it, and we're just going to use this hoe and start clearing out some space around us and just hope to clear this out pretty easily without the need of mining. So leave that with me for a little while, and yeah, I'll catch you on the other side, and hopefully this will help us get all the resources that we need, because I'm actually in need of moss carpets for the creeper farm that we want to put together. And we have a gunpowder farm update. I mean, as you can see,
yeah, Tom, that is a big hole.
yeah, it is a big hole. Thank you for pointing that out. We've cleared out this chunk, all ready to stick the creeper farm in here. And I mean, you're probably one of the guys, one of the members of the server who are after rockets, right?
Yes, those are my last rockets here.
Oh, don't use them! Don't use them! Don't use them! No! I've still got to put this farm together. I've still got to breed a load of cats up. They're waiting patiently on my bed. But I mean, I should probably get to it, right?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. I'll be waiting patiently.
Okay,
for all your gunpowder.
Don't wait there. It might be a long wait. Now, after breeding some cats, I have an excess. And well, these guys are kind of loud, right? And if we keep them all locked in a position, that's great. They'll all be in one place. But these guys that are still moving, they teleport around. Now, well, yeah, you might see what we have over here. This is actually the beginning of a redstone planning board. Obviously, I didn't have a head for colour, so he's a villager. But the idea here is that the two of us, whilst we're sharing this base, can put in the farms that we want to do, and we can kind of talk about it without the need for Discord chats. And this is some of the stuff that I've already got in mind that potentially I want to do for some of the future farms and plans around the base. Now, which one of you annoying cats are going to come with me? It turns out cats don't teleport as far as I thought they did. We flew all the way here to Jadecougar's base, which is looking fantastic. These statues at this entrance are perfect. Well, we have another prank in mind, and I'm sorry, Jade, it does always seem to be you, but I guess, well, you're actually one of our nearest bases. So this looks like what might be the beginning of a storage room, which is absolutely fantastic, because what we can do is play off these chests being opened with a calibrated skulk sensor. Now, if we set up one of these, we can put stone around it so it blocks the emission. We can then get a comparator, which will read in to this block, getting ready to power the sculk sensor. Now we actually, I think, need to turn this around because it needs to lead into the purple thing, I believe. And then what we can do is grab a lectern and a book, paste the book. You can see here we have a page 30. Now this means that essentially it'll be given off 2 for every page. And if we turn this to 20, it will then mean that it will interact with a chest being opened. So if we stick down this chest, let's put the jukebox. No, let's put the dropper. We're going to put the dropper in. And if we open this chest, you then hear that dropper go off. Now what we can do is have some great fun with this. So I'm intrigued to know how the range. So let's just have a listen out here. Great, so it even reaches this far. And what about its furthest away chest? It even reaches that far. So I think really what we could probably do is maybe tuck it in the floor or tuck it in the walls. I'm thinking probably just behind here for now, because then he won't know it's there. Even if he takes away 1 block of this, we can just leave it in there. And now the plan is, I have a normal music disc, but you'll have to go and tune into Jade's likely next episode or 2 and see what custom noise is going to come out of this. Now, I've been having some fun with custom music discs, including that little chest in the background there, saying 3 diamonds. Now, unfortunately, I can't tell you what it does, but you might know the musician Rick Astley, and well, I'm never going to give you up, but you can see some of that footage hopefully on Twitter or X, because, well, yeah, it's copyrighted for YouTube, and that's not going to make it. Now, speaking of our socials, the Artisan Collective is making a real big effort on social media, and we're going to be posting a lot more, including, well, we're looking for new members. Do you fancy... Oof, that's a bit close, isn't it? Do you fancy joining a content creator server? Are you 18 plus? Well, there is a form available on our Twitter page. Go ahead and complete it, and we'll be in touch with you and hopefully see you on the server in the future. So after some mischievous play around the server, we have a massive update, because you can probably see from behind me that, well, there's a dropper system going on here. And if we turn around, we not only have the creeper farm up and running, we also have the massive sugarcane running. And well, the reason why I've not shown you the sugarcane farm is because I've built this 4 or 5 times in pretty much every series that I do, because this is the most consistent sugarcane farm that I have ever used on Java Edition. And this is, go away slime, we're just getting hounded by the slimes around here. This is Tango Tech's sugarcane farm, and it is a lossless system, and which makes it great. It's not running on any slime machines, fly machines. I'll get my words out whilst I'm entering concentration mode. But yeah, we've got that up and running. That's been, yeah, it's pretty successful. It's really constant flow. You can just see from here. But we do also have the creeper farm. As you can see, the guy just fell to the ground here. Now, there's a couple of things that we've had to do with this farm. If I enter free cam, hopefully I'm safe where I am. You can see the creepers are flowing down. We've got the cats on here, which are scaring the creepers that spawn on each of these platforms, and they run off into the water. They think these trapdoors are full blocks and they'll drop down. And yeah, you know, but what we have is a missing cat. And you can probably see that from the bottom here. He's just chilling in the spawning, the killing area. So we need to get him back up. Now, the one thing that I've had to do to get this farm pretty successful is actually do a ton of caving. If I enter free cam again, and if I enter with mini herd, you can see this whole area where this sphere is has had to be lit up. And there's a few odd patches here and there that are still to be done. But this has taken such a long time that yeah, I mean, I've got so much gunpowder now that I think I know these are pretty much full. We've got quite a lot in the storage room around here, and well, I've been AFK for quite a bit. in these last few days that we've managed to really rack up some reserves. So much so that over here in the shopping district, we've actually managed to get some rockets up for sale. And yeah, we've got sold a full shulker's worth. We've made some rockets for ourselves, but I had to craft all of these manually. And if anyone knows me and how I like to play Minecraft, you know I don't like manual stuff. So we need to go and use that crafter again and get these made automatically. Over in a creative world, which has come from Ray's video, is a series of autocrafters and the redstone all around them. And well, we've used this setup to do the iron blocks in the last episode, which is pretty straightforward. This takes in as many blocks as required and gives the output. It's basically the stable system for one item flowing in, and it's important that it is one item that flows in. It can't be multiple items that fall into the recipe. Now over here in this row here are the ones that require 2 recipes, and this one here uses droppers but isn't quite as consistent because the items can drop out of here. Now when we have the ones with multiple items in, the crafter needs to hold the recipe. So you can see we've got the rockets recipe here, we've got paper and gunpowder being fired in. But the issue with this one is that ultimately one side, if there's only one item that fills in, it will fire twice because the system isn't quick enough. This setup here is quick. As you can see, it's just got a constant redstone clock. But it's just a bit loud. It's a bit annoying. It does work. But what we're going to do is use this one. So this is the smart one, and this is quick enough that it will cope with items dropping in and out. It uses the observer clock. There's an observer under a sticky piston under there. And so what we've done is amalgamate 2 of them into this setup here, because obviously sugarcane needs converting into paper first. So that's what's going to happen here. This will be the intake for the sugarcane. This crafter here will turn it into paper. We're feeding it down into the crafter. And then on this side will be the intake of gunpowder. So what we actually need to do is put this into the Artisan server. Now, something I didn't expect to be doing this episode was moving villagers, and well, I need some more rails, but we seem to have lost the villagers in 2 of the pods, here and here, with no real reasoning why. I noticed when watching the last episode back that these had disappeared, but since then these have disappeared, which now means the iron farm is working at half capacity. So we could do with getting some villagers back in place, and I know Colour has kind of snagged some of the rails over here, but what's this? Oh wow, a gift from Jade. I mean, it's come a bit too late now because I've got everything up and running, but I'm sure we can make use of it. And well, we'll have to repay the kindness in some way in the future. Let me know what you think I should do for Jade to repay that. Now the villagers are back in place in these 2 pods, and whilst we wait for nighttime to come that we can get the zombies in, let me show you what we've managed to concoct down here. So this was the corner where both the sugarcane farm and the gunpowder farm met. And you can see there's a couple of hoppers in here. Oh, there we go. See, we can see some rockets already being created. And yeah, we've managed to get a full auto crafting setup down here, and that's exactly what we just showed in the other creative world. But the one thing that's getting me is the fact that paper just spurts out. It's something that I noticed with the iron farm, which is also now hooked up. But basically, if this content is full, it just splurts it out, which is a bit of an annoyance, and as a result we're probably going to have to look at putting in some sort of lock-in system so that these hoppers are just permanently locked. And it seems to be only on the sugarcane farm, and I'm guessing that's just because of the volumes that are being produced in comparison to the gunpowder. But yeah, we've got tons and tons of rockets now created, and I think all of this is full. I think a fair amount of this is getting full. I've already been once through and filled up 5 shulkers. So yeah, we're absolutely killing it with the rockets, and I think we just need to get in this locking system around here, and I'd say that's a project complete. And with the magic of editing, we now have that complete. You can see the rockets are firing like crazy. We took the kelp out after we got brave enough that the system worked. And well, if we head down here, we should now have a system that automatically locks. I played around with a few different ideas, including a manual switch which ran from over here. And you can see we've got a bit of testing going on here. Then this is what has ultimately led to what we've created. This is a hopper that is fully loaded, and this is the power line, and it goes out. This is a power of 1. So when it is at 1, we add a repeater, and that carries on the line. So we have then implemented that down here. Now initially I tried it on this hopper here, but you see this hopper will never actually get full because this is what's feeding the paper, and it's the paper that is where our issue lies, because the sugarcane is way more efficient than the gunpowder, although I suspect we've got a little bit of backlog because we've had the system locked for a while getting through the excess of paper. But then what we've done then is down here on this hopper, which feeds into the main chest before going into the rocket crafter here at the bottom, is put that comparator in place. So this will be checking for this being full, and when this is full, it will send a signal down this red concrete line. It's a bit wavy, but we had to do that to make sure we got a repeater in a more comfortable place that would still allow the piston to trigger. So once the sticky piston triggers, it will lock this hopper from taking in any more sugarcane, and thus the system will slowly kind of replenish and get rid of the paper. I don't think it is the perfect system, so if anyone has any better ideas in the comments, do let me know. But for now, this is what we're going to implement, and I think it will do the job for us, and we can AFK for a little while. Now, I have been in and out of AFK for quite some time. I don't know if you can hear it in my voice. I've not been very well in recent weeks. Seems to be a common thing with me at the moment. But we have a lot of rockets. I think I might be full almost, but we also have all these shulkers. So guys on the server, I think next episode we need to get a rocket shop completed. And well, on that note, everybody, that is going to be it for this episode. I thank you all for joining me. If you've made it this far, do remember to like the video. Do remember to subscribe to the channel. Remember to check out the Artisan Collective social medias. Check out a form. And hopefully I'll see you all next time. Bye-bye.